So hey, this is BB again. I was just making a recording almost like 10 minutes, and then I realized it wasn't on. Like I'm getting this thing smelling a lot. It's burning my nose. Now, I didn't live up to yesterday. I didn't live on a beach or in the open area. I've lived in houses, in apartments, and houses. Never have I ever had an environment that smells like this. My house is always untidy. Yes, there is dust. But what is burning my nose? What is burning it? What is this burning? If I go close to my cat and I smell her fur, she smells like my cat, but it starts to burn almost like it makes me want to pass out. Now, I don't know what this is, but this is cruel to this cat. Not to mention it's cruel to me. I'm an individual. I can think, I can figure out, I can do things to protect myself, at least go outside. She's a cat. She's close to the floor. I don't know what it is. There is no dust in my house that burns like this. This is just normal house dust. Is it asbestos? What is it? Is it asbestos? But by now I should have been dead. Is that what is triggering her? Is this what she finds so fucking fascinating? Like she can't believe it that I'm still alive. Wonder of wonders. Well, it must mean that her killing strategies are not effective enough, and she's offended at that. So she's got to show me. She will kill me, by Jove, she will have to kill me. Otherwise, she will feel like her whole world was a lie. All her skill sets are lies. This cannot possibly be. By her calculations, I guess I should have been dead by now. Can you imagine the poor dear and all that she's going through? Doesn't it make you feel sorry for her? Makes me feel sorry for her. It's like having this wonderful skill set of torturing people to death. It's wonderful. This God-given, her talents are raw, and they could be honed in and refined, and she's a refined killer, and blah 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 blah. Whatever. But here I come, me, this fat upstart, who is just not taking the initiative and fucking dying. Can you imagine the poor dear, the dilemma she's in? Don't tell me you don't feel sorry for her, because I do. My heart goes out to her. It's called empathy. She has honed in these particular skill sets that she has, because I think she would like that. Like Liam Neeson, he has a particular set of skills. So does she. Except hers is not shown on a silver screen, but in her community, she's like a rock star. They will kiss her fucking ass and her feet, because she brings in the mega change. Because she will kill people for their money. She brings in mega change. So they all see her like, she's top dog. Right to the top of the heap. But the thing is, I can see that. 2 years. Well, how does she keep it up? I don't know. Now I'm asking, what do I say to get somebody to look into this crawl space? Because I know I'm hearing something. That should be enough, right? Where is this smell coming from? But I do know one thing. The house does have a crawl space. It has a crawl space underneath. It's not really a crawl space. It's a basement. It has a basement because it has a basement door. But it's locked up. It's nailed shut. I don't know if it's nailed shut or what, but it's locked up. So that means they could go in the crawl space, and they're climbing all over. Now I'm thinking, it might not be her. It might be somebody she's paying to do this, because a friend of mine said he doesn't think it's her. Because she is not going to put herself in harm's way like this. She's at a certain way. She's probably back in California, and all this is happening. So if you show up, the police shows up, boom, there she is. Oh, I don't know anything. She doesn't know anything. She has no idea. And this is what she wants. Is either, I think, that, or she just wants me dead. I think death is what she wants. Because, let's just say, there's two possibilities, and I'm giving this some thought. The way how they're crawling, they're kind of living from inside your head. Their thoughts, because all she's focused on is me, not herself, not her life, not anything to do with her. Because even though it's 2 years she's been in here, I still don't know anything about her. I can hear her, but she doesn't. She never, ever, ever, ever says anything about herself, ever. She's good at that. And if you're hearing the voice also, they will never say anything about themselves. They're only pelting insults at you all the time, provoking you, prodding you to see what your memories are. What do you remember of your own life? This thought, that thought, this thought, that thought, this thought, that thought, whatever. Images, pictures, places attached to everything. Who they can possibly fool and who they possibly can't fool. Who will buy their whatever story and who won't buy it. Who will pose to be a challenge and who will not. This is how they see it. Maybe they've been waiting for me to age to a certain age, and then, they step in and they start doing things. Because they believe at a certain age, by then, when I was a youngster back in my country, those people are already passed on, or they're old age, they're senile now, or dementia. They can't remember my father or myself. Because I'm a grown woman now. They waited, I believe, for a certain age. In my belief, what they're doing is they want to re-emerge as my family. This is why my mother's ID is missing, my father's ID, and my own. There's something to do with my green card as well. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, because everything I have is missing. Like everything I've had from my home and my father, everything is missing. My father left a house full of stuff. Everything, he had everything. Nobody can, even the person who sold the house doesn't know where everything is. He doesn't know. How is this possible? I don't know. He's nothing at all. And he's so condescending when he talks. Like, I know you didn't even get like a keepsake, and I just want, if I could reach through the phone and just back him up and say, look, what the fuck are you, what is this? You think I'm an asshole? You sold my father's house and you're telling me you don't know? But I can't do anything because my business is all, it's fucked up now. I've never seen anything like this. Why in the world would people do this to me? Why? They're taking away our basic human rights. They're making us feel like we're nobodies, we're nothing. We were just reared, not brought up. We were reared just to supply them with ready-made families and ready-made wealth. Like there's a group of people out there who firmly believe this. That we were reared and we worked and sweated and toiled and bled for riches to build ourselves just so they can kill us and take it. I don't think that's God's master plan. I don't think that's part of God's master plan. I refuse to believe that. That's not possible. Because I guarantee you, these people who are doing this to you, believe me, they're looking for something. There's money behind this. And it's not their money, because they wouldn't spend their own money trying to mess with people. They're not going to do it. And these are people with no class, no particular intellect. What they have is street smarts. And yes, anybody could come up with these things that they do with robbing people. Because let's face it, if somebody let's just say this person has a lot of money, how do you get it? It's easy. First of all, it's wrong. The main thing is that there's no filters. You're not police officer, you don't have to go through any red tape. You can hack the shit out of anybody. It's not that difficult. They want to feel like they're masterminds. No, they're just criminals. They're lowlives. In my book, there's no white collar, blue collar, or whatever. It's all just a fucking criminal mastermind. Because for the police to tap your phone, they call it, they would have to have a judge's signature, and it's only within a certain time period. Very short too. Because that simple thing can make a case go out of court. Because the criminal's lawyer will have a field day with it. These don't care. They hack you they don't care. They hack you and your mama, they don't care. There's no filter. They don't have any red tapes to go through. They don't need a judge's signature. They don't need anything. Just whatever they're hacking with, whatever program they're using to hack, and they hack away at everybody. So, I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. One of the things I'm thinking about, though, like I said, I've thought about this. One of two ways. You ever notice, like, if somebody is crawling your head, they're focusing on you all the time. Now, what if there's a court case happening out there? And like I said, there's Tom Dooley up the street. And they killed Tom Dooley, or they robbed him. And he has them in court. Right? Now, the judges are going to be looking to question them. But she's living in my head. I ain't never seen Tom Dooley. I have no idea who Tom Dooley is. Because all she's focused on is me. Do you know who Tom Dooley is? No, she doesn't. Because I don't know. It's almost like they want to merge with you and become one. They're using us like a fucking hostage, basically. To prevent themselves from getting the real touches of life. Or pay for their criminal activities. That's just one possibility. It's a bit flimsy, but it's probably doable. It's probably doable. Because I don't know Tom Dooley. I don't have any of Tom Dooley's money. I've never seen him. Never heard of him. And if they're in my head, well, neither did they, right? Because they don't know him. They can't pick him up anywhere in my thoughts. With that being said, it's like, I just don't understand how a person, again, can do this for 2 years. For 2 years to me nonstop like this. And like my friend said, it might not be her. It might be somebody that she's paying to do it. And they must be getting bank. They must be getting bank. Because nobody will risk asbestos and all these things, even if you're wearing a fucking mask, to live in the crawl space of a building. What's the point? If they survive, they get untold riches. And if they die, what happens? Let's say somebody that they have crawling someplace. If he or she dies up there, who is going to go pull him out? I don't think anybody's going to go pull him out. This is the thing. Nobody's going to go pull anybody out until it starts stinking, and then the CDC will be called in. Because you call the police will probably call in the CDC. Now, I don't know what this thing is. If it's because whoever is rumpling around is shaking up dust and asbestos or whatever. Because these older houses does have asbestos. So I don't know if it's asbestos me and this cat are inhaling all the time. I don't know. One thing to note, if you have a pet, if your body is suffering from indigestion, like heartburn, I had heartburn for the last 2 nights, really bad. She hasn't really pooped in 2 days. She's trying, but it's not coming out. And I really don't know how to help her. I don't know what to do. They stole from me. She doesn't have anything that they can use. Unless they want to skin her and take her fur and walk on it or take a shit on it just to show me. Knowing them, they would fucking do something like that. They're spiteful, they're petty, they're childish, they're churlish. This is what they do. They're like a bunch of overgrown children. Taking no accountability, taking no responsibility, and just doing whatever they want. And that includes hurting other people. Where will it stop? When they just walk into people's house and kick the shit out of them and the person can't do anything? When is this going to stop? Like really, when is it going to stop? Because to me, a cop told me 20 years ago, people do what they do. And he was right. People do what they do. That was when my wallet got stolen. People do what they do. So I don't know what I will call the people and tell them, but I need someone to check this out to see what's going on up there. I can't take much more of this. This is irritating to an extreme. And this woman does it. If I'm sitting here quiet for a while, she will do something to get me agitated. She will do something, especially because when this happens, is this unfairness. This unfairness. This isn't right. This unfairness. Nobody has a right to do this. But then again, this is not police work. This is criminal activities. Nobody's censoring what they do. Nobody holds them accountable. They do whatever they want. Then that includes hurting people until they die, apparently. They're not like old times. How is it different? How is what they're doing different from like mobsters? In the old days, you used to see movies where the mobsters, where they protection, these businesses have to pay them X amount of dollars every week or every month or every 2 weeks or whatever for protection money, for protection from them, because they're the ones who dishing it out back to the people when they couldn't pay. Basically, they were just extorting money. And how is this different? How is this different? They're not coming and expecting a payout, because they're not coming to your face and saying, well, give me this amount of money, give me that amount of money. They're going behind your back, but they're killing you. They're killing you. This has got to be, I'm pretty sure the few of us have died from this. I'm pretty sure we have. And wherever they're looking to get this money from, the larger the amount of money is, the more evil they become. And if they have to kill, they will kill for it. Because these are people who, this is what they do. People do what they do until the law decides to step in and stop them. What's the holdup? I don't know.